And he likes butt now. He don't like no more. He likes butt. And I've honestly always thought that Blueface swung for the other team simply because of his hatred for women. I just always felt like Blueface, when given the opportunity, he was gonna take some ass. They're more loyal. Men are more loyal to him.
Hold up. Blueface getting exposed for messing with dudes while locked up is wild. Grab a seat because this story goes left real quick. Word on the block is that while Chrisean and Jaidyn were out here causing chaos over Blueface, he was allegedly getting cozy with other men behind bars. Folks even claimed he wasn't just experimenting. They said he was the one doing the bending most of the time. And suddenly, those strange jailhouse poses make a lot more sense, like he was out there playing somebody's boy toy. Allegedly, he even got himself wrapped up in a whole jail romance and promised one of those dudes a wedding ring. The rumors about Blue swinging both ways didn't just pop up out of nowhere either. They've been floating for years, and Chrisean stayed hinting at it too. Remember when Chan said she caught him watching explicit videos of men fondling themselves? Everybody brushed it off and said she was just talking wild. But now people are looking back like, maybe she was onto something. She first dropped that tea when she and Blue were fighting over her situation with Offset. That's when she blasted him and said, being tatted on a HO is not a flex. You literally slept with Cardi B husband couple weeks ago. I'm tired of men looking at me while they sleep with you. She was not holding back at all. Then she doubled down and exposed him for being on the low, saying, let's talk about how I saw gay corn in your recent search history. I had zesty man on my neck. Nothing wrong with being bisexual. Just let a girl know before she falls in love. Weirdo! She said all that publicly, with no hesitation. And what's even crazier, that wasn't even the first time Chrisean hinted at this. One time, when they were beefing heavy, she straight up accused him of being bisexual in the middle of an argument. It all resurfaced during that live stream with Kai Cenat. Blue started bragging about sleeping with a little person, and Chrisean instantly demanded details.
Oh shit.
No, I don't like that.
Whew. Was it a girl or a guy?
What? What kind of question is that? Stop playing with me.
But instead of assuming it was a woman like most people would, she hit him with, was it a boy or a girl? And everyone froze like, wait, what? Why would she even think that unless she knew something? This whole situation is messy, chaotic, and straight up unbelievable. Unless she already knew he swings both ways too, because the way she said it was way too confident. Now, people didn't believe Chrisean back then. They just assumed she was hurt and talking reckless. But looking back now, her claims weren't coming out of thin air, especially since Blue had already been caught in a few questionable situations that had folks whispering he might be on the DL. And recently, the speculation fired right back up after he got out of prison. Just a few days after his release, he made some comments that had everybody staring at their phones like, huh? While he was on a live stream with DDG, he hopped on the phone with Chrisean and they started getting spicy. Then out of nowhere, Blue asked her if she was down to take it from the back. And not in the regular way either. He even asked if she had lubricants ready because that's the way he wanted to handle business. Tell me why any straight man would choose that over the regular route. And let's not forget, he literally just got home from jail. The timing alone had the whole internet squinting hard. And once Chrisean originally aired him out for being low-key, it opened the door for other people to step forward too. Suddenly, a few men who allegedly had dealings with Blue started speaking up. First in line, popular drag queen Cole Kerrigan, who wasted no time spilling his side of the story. According to Cole, Blue slid into his DMs after seeing photos of him dressed in drag and asked to link up. And Cole didn't just talk, he came with alleged receipts. He posted a video of himself going down on a man whose stomach tattoos looked almost identical to Blue's tattoo layout. The internet was losing it because those tattoos were way too similar to ignore. And just when people thought the situation couldn't get any wilder, another alleged hookup story slid onto the timeline and had everybody clutching their phones like, nah, no way. Because right after Cole spoke up, this other dude came forward claiming Blue had been flirting with him for months, and the screenshots he posted had everybody screaming. This guy said Blue was constantly reacting to his photos, leaving low-key flirty emojis, and sending voice messages that sounded way too friendly to be just bro talk. He even claimed Blue tried to fly him out at one point, but backed out last minute because he didn't want people recognizing him at the airport. That alone had fans saying the math was mathing way too perfectly. And while folks were still arguing over whether that story was legit, another person popped up saying Blue used to sneak into their DMs late at night and only ever replied to the pictures where they looked more feminine. They said he'd disappear for weeks, then randomly drop a "what you doing?" at 2 a.m., like he was testing the waters without leaving a trail. Every new message made this whole situation look more like a pattern than a misunderstanding. Once all these claims started stacking up, people went back and replayed Blue's old interviews, noticing how defensive he got every time someone brought up anything even slightly related to his preferences. One clip showed him getting so worked up that the comments were like, "Yeah, nobody gets that heated unless there's something they're trying to hide."
You got the lubricant?
Who the f is lubricant, baby? You know this motherfucker Wi-Fi.
What if I want to go in the butt box?
Yeah.
Hey, you with it, huh?
Is it kind of weird that the first day out of prison, Blueface is suggesting some type of butt action to his woman? Or do you guys think that this is just normal behavior for them and that is what he was doing before he went to prison?
Meanwhile, Blueface was online trying to laugh everything off like it was just hate. But the timing, the screenshots, the past accusations, and the jail rumors had everybody side-eyeing him harder than ever. And Chrisean? Oh, she wasn't helping at all because she kept throwing slick comments online like she knew even more, but was saving it for the perfect moment to drop another bomb. But the plot got even messier when Blueface's own behavior started adding fuel to everything, because the things he's been saying lately are not helping his case at all. A couple days after all the DL rumors caught fire again, he went live trying to clear the air, but the way he was talking had the internet even more confused. He kept saying stuff like, "People gonna believe what they wanna believe," and "I ain't explaining nothing to nobody," which sounded way more like deflection than a real denial. Then he tried flipping it on Chrisean, calling her obsessed and claiming she only spreads rumors to stay relevant. But the problem was, the fans weren't buying it. Folks were commenting like, "If it's not true, why aren't you just denying it? And why you dancing around the question like that?" His whole vibe was giving nervous instead of confident, and the internet ate that up. And just when things were calming down for half a second, Blueface slipped again during another live. Out of nowhere, he started ranting about how real men don't ask questions about a man's past, which sent people into a frenzy because nobody even asked him that. He basically brought the topic up himself, then tried to brush it off like it was nothing. People were like, "Why is this on your mind so heavy?" Even some of his own supporters were in the comments like, "Bro, you're making this worse." Every time he tried defending himself, it somehow added more suspicion instead of shutting it down. It's like he couldn't stop talking in circles, and every new sentence just opened another door for the internet to drag him. Meanwhile, Chrisean was sitting back dropping random laughing emojis on Twitter like she had front row seats to a show she already knew the ending to. Every time she tweeted something cryptic, fans thought she was low-key confirming more things. And just when everybody thought the dust might settle, another twist hit the internet that had people screaming all over again. Out of nowhere, an old clip resurfaced from one of Blueface's past studio sessions. And the convo in the background had folks rewinding like 5 times just to make sure they heard it right. Somebody in the room joked about Blue having fans on both sides. And instead of shutting it down, Blue just laughed and said, "Man, people gonna love me regardless."
At time, I posted these pics on Instagram a couple months ago. Check the material. Very much she a baddie, she knows she a 10, she a baddie with her baddie friends. Why did this happen after? I wasn't gonna go there, but babe, I'm bored.
That one little sentence had the whole internet running wild because it sounded way too comfortable for someone who claims the rumors are crazy. People were like, nah, he knew exactly what he was saying. And that wasn't a denial at all. It sent Twitter into a whole new meltdown, and everyone started digging for more clips like detectives on a mission. Then, to make things even more chaotic, a stylist who worked with Blue a while back decided to pop up on TikTok with a messy story time. He claimed Blue used to ask for extra privacy during fittings and would request certain clothes that were way more feminine than what he wore publicly. The stylist never said anything happened between them, but the way he told the story had fans like, "Oh, he's hinting at something for sure." The comment section turned into a full war zone instantly. And while all of this was blowing up, Blueface tried to clap back on social media again. But instead of clearing anything up, he posted a long rant about how people should mind their business and nobody knows what he really likes. That sent fans into another frenzy because why would you say it like that? It gave the exact opposite effect of shutting rumors down. Meanwhile, Chrisean dropped another shady tweet saying, "Truth always comes out, even when people try to bury it," with a bunch of laughing emojis. Everybody took that as her basically winking at the whole situation. Every new piece that pops up just makes this story more explosive, and at this point, the internet is watching Blueface like a walking mystery waiting to crack open. And just when the internet thought they'd finally heard every angle of this situation, boom! Another piece of drama slid into the spotlight and had everybody losing their minds again. This time, it came from somebody who used to work inside Blueface's own circle, and the way they spoke had people convinced there's way more to the story than anyone thought. So this former crew member went online saying Blue wasn't exactly low-key about certain things back in the day, and sometimes he would slip up around the wrong people. He claimed Blue had moments where he acted way more flirtatious with men behind the scenes than he ever did in public. Nothing wild, but enough that folks around him were confused. He said the energy would switch depending on who was in the room, and that Blue's personality had 2 different lanes depending on the crowd. And once that went viral, fans started stitching old videos of Blue hanging around different industry guys, pointing out little moments they swear look suspicious. Stuff like him getting extra touchy or making comments that didn't sound just playful. They sounded like he meant it. People were clipping it all together like they were building a documentary, and every clip had TikTok screaming. Then somebody else, a promoter from a city Blue did shows in, jumped in saying Blue used to request hotel rooms with very specific accommodations. And the way he worded it made people raise an eyebrow instantly. He didn't expose details, but he kept saying the requests were not what you'd expect from a man pushing a tough image. That alone created a whole new wave of theories. And of course, Chrisean chimed in again. She dropped a messy comment under a fan page saying, "I tried to warn people, but nobody listens until it's too late," with a bunch of exclamation marks. The fact she keeps talking like she knows extra secrets is what keeps fans glued to this storyline. At this point, every new voice stepping forward is making this situation crazier, and the internet is treating Blue like a walking puzzle that refuses to solve itself. But just like everyone expected, Blue hopped online denying everything and acting like the whole situation was a joke. He said, "I'm not suing nobody for no defamation. If you believe that, that's on you. This stuff is all entertainment for me. Every time I open these apps, I separate my reality from this virtual world where everyone is pretending and lying for likes. I am the truth." He really said all that with a straight face. People weren't buying even a piece of it. A lot of folks started saying the real reason Blue wasn't taking Cole to court is because Cole would have walked right in with extra receipts, and Blue did not want that heat. Because let's be real, anyone who's truly innocent would clear their name instantly, not dance around like he was doing. Then another thing that made people side-eye him was the weird way he kept bringing up conversations about sexuality around his own kid. And that had people calling it strange, because there's no reason for a grown man to be drilling those questions into a young child who's literally just trying to play and exist. Fans thought it came off like Blue was projecting his own confusion onto the boy, and the whole situation had folks uncomfortable. And the part that really disturbed people was how he brought adult dancers around like it was supposed to teach the kid something. The child clearly wasn't interested. He literally walked away to grab a snack, and Blue still kept following behind him, asking those same questions.
Why are you gay?
I'm not gay. I told you I'm pansexual.
Why do you like men?
People online said it looked like Blue was forcing his own insecurities onto somebody who wasn't even old enough to understand what he was talking about, and that's what made the whole thing even more strange. Then another old clip came back up, this time from when Blue was interviewing guys at that audition show, and the way he kept circling back to, "Are you into men?" had people looking at him like, "Bro, you good?" He seemed more invested in asking that than anything else about the show, which had the internet side-eyeing him heavy. People joked that he looked like he was scouting his own lineup more than judging talent. So, from the outside looking in, it seems like Blue had interest in men long before he ever touched a prison cell. And if the rumors are true, maybe he experimented while he was inside and caught feelings for it. Because honestly, why else would he be asking Chrisean to open the back like that the minute he got out? The math is not mathing at all. Fans were loud in the comments too, saying stuff like, "He been liking men. Remember when Chrisean took his phone and said it?" And another person added, "These dudes in jail get passed around more than people think. If your man been locked up a year, don't assume he's sitting around doing nothing." The internet was going wild with theories.
But now it's your turn. What do you think about Blue allegedly getting cozy with men in jail? And do you think Chrisean already knew all this time? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and before you dip, make sure you smash that like button if you're riding with us. Tap subscribe if you're a real one. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single messy update. Trust me. You're gonna want to be here for the next video.